This is Tuplex. Welcome back. Today we're going to double our red circuit production. Now I just noticed a couple things that I'm going to have to fix. But anyway, before I get into that, we've got a full column here of red circuits. Everything seems to be running fine. Some of these on the end are running short on copper cables, but I think that problem will go away once I get level 3 productivity modules in the circuit machine. With level 1s, they're going to be a little bit short. We could probably see that in the planner. If we remove those modules and replace them with level 1, we can see that we actually need more than one machine to feed the 8 that are making the red circuits. But with module 3s, then we're doing much better because those give you 10% each versus 4% each. So, so we got these machines at the end are a little bit starved, but that'll fix itself in time. Okay, so then I just brought these up to a splitter. I just copied exactly the same output station that I have for the green circuits. So this can take up to 4 lines. Okay, yeah, I have to change that to red circuits. Okay, and last time you'll probably remember I was having a bit of a lag issue when I zoomed out, or stuttering, whatever. So I quit the game, I disabled Nixie tubes, I reloaded the game, and it was much better. So I thought, well, it must have been Nixie tubes. But then I quit the game again, I re-enabled Nixie tubes and restarted the game, and it was still better. So I'm not sure what it was, but I think the next time I see that problem, I probably just need to quit the game and load it up again, and maybe that'll help. Okay, so what I want to do today is to double this. So I'm going to start by copying this whole thing. And I'm going to put it right there. And I want to see if I'm going to be able to make this work. I want to do it this way because this way we use 25% fewer beacons than if they were, if we had completely separate lines. Now, having completely separated lines will allow us to more easily route our belts and stuff, but by sharing this column of beacons, we save a lot of resources on beacons and modules. 25%, as I said. Why is this one without power? Okay. That's a bummer. It would be nice if this was self-sufficient. Let's see. I guess we can just add another. Let's get rid of this stuff. I'm just doing this so I get the same spacing. Yeah, we'll just add another substation like that. And then we can get rid of that one. Whoops. Okay. All right, so the problem I see is that I need to get more belts out of the plastic in the green circuit station in order to feed these other ones, because I can't just split this, then I won't have enough going down the belt. So I'll have to figure out how we do that. But in the meantime, let's go get more. Let's get beacons and modules. So let's put in a request for Yeah, I'm going to need several hundred productivity modules. I don't think I have that many back at the base. And then let's get 40 beacons. And that should be enough to finish this build off. And then we'll worry about what to do with the belts. I moved my passenger station up so that it's closer to the center. That's not terribly important, but it means that on average I should be running around just a little bit less. It never fails. I used to unplug my phone from the wall whenever I would record, but then the problem was that I would often forget to plug it back in again. But maybe that's not such a bad thing. Okay, so I've got 100. Do I have more than 100? I have 101. Okay. Slightly more. And we're still starving on speed modules, it looks like. All right, new achievement. Where are all the speed modules going? This is filled up, so they're not going here. Oh, I guess they are going there. They're trying to fill it up. Okay. Well, we'll get there eventually. Well, and here's the other thing. Now that we're making red circuits and green circuits in mass quantities, I think what I'm going to do next is set up a grid to make modules. And we'll start by just making level 1s. And then we can go there and pick them up in our train. And then we'll get that module production out of the main base. Okay. All right, so we got all the machines. We're just a little bit short on modules now. All right, and we can see that our power consumption is really starting to climb, which is a sign of progress. So it's not a bad thing. All right. There we go. So that'll be for the second line. All right, so let's figure out how, first of all, let's figure out how we get the material in. Now for the copper, I think that's not really too difficult. If we use a blue underground there, and then we can just move that inserter down there. Okay, so that essentially fixes the copper issue. So we'll do that there. We'll put one there. Remove that. Move that down. Whoops. Okay. So let's go ahead and take care of the copper. Now that does mean that we're going to need additional belts. Before I do that, this is something I've been meaning to learn. There's a way that you can make corners with the belt brush. Control-Shift-R. Okay. So watch this. 3, 4. All right. Now let's do Control Shift R. Control Shift R. Yeah, nice. And then if I hit it again, it goes back to straight. Yep. Okay. So we're going to have to modify this a bit. There we go. Whoops. I hope that doesn't cause a problem. It might, though. All right, let me just clear the belt, just in case. Okay. And then we're going to remove that belt. And then these two guys are going to go here and here. Okay. Yeah, so that seems to work just fine. That part of it anyway. All right. I think I might need to go back for belt soon. Okay, now that's going to go there. That goes there. If we put those belts first, then pardon me for clearing my throat into the microphone. I still have that itchy throat problem I had last time. Okay. Whoops, whoops. Hang on. There we go. All right. Now in this case, I don't need to keep going with 4 belts because the next 2 are going to branch off here. All right, that one's going to go there. And then this one is going to go there. Okay, great. And then we don't necessarily have to move this one, but I'm going to do it anyway, just so that it's consistent. Yeah, it would be right there. Okay. So that looks good. Now, okay, so now we have to get plastic and circuits over. And I think what I can do is if I upgrade all this to blue, each of these 4 will be blue belts, and then I can split them into into 2 blue belts that are shared. And then that way I can I can feed both lines from the same side without having to go to 8 belts coming out of these silos. All right, so let's go ahead and make that change. Yeah, so we're going from red to blue. That's exactly what we want. So we're going to upgrade. Yeah, I need to upgrade all these belts to blue. All these. All right, now the copper belts can stay red. That's fine. All right, so then what we'll do is put in a couple more underground belts and do it like that. Okay, now on this side, things get a little bit trickier. So let's figure out how we're going to do that. Let's see. Yeah, let me give myself some room here. So if I make, I think I need to give myself some space. Yeah, so like these two could join there. And then these two can join there. All right, and that'll give us 2 full blue belts split. I could also do this. I could probably also do that with loaders. Have it go into a chest. No, I like this better. I like it better with splitters. Okay. So that should be giving us circuits on the other side. Excellent. Okay, so that wasn't nearly as difficult as I thought it might be. All right, so let's copy this whole arrangement then. We'll get rid of all the red belt. We don't need that. I do want that part. We'll get rid of machines and red undergrounds and beacons and loaders and inserters. All right, so we're just left with that. Yep. All right, so I just need to get rid of these undergrounds, which are being helpfully highlighted for me. Okay, and then we'll just clear away some space. Drop in the blueprint. No. Like that. All right, piece of cake. All right, and we'll do it again here. There we go. We can see that LTN's starting to get busy now that we're finally starting to mass produce some stuff. All right, now in this case, I don't necessarily need all the undergrounds. We'll go right here. Okay, that one I need, but then this one I can just replace with a straight belt. I could have left that right there, actually. That's fine. At least this way they're all the same. Get rid of all my extra stuff that I picked up. Okay. So these are all running with a full head of steam now. All right, let's look at red circuit production for the last 10 minutes. It's gone up. That's good. It's gone up a lot. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to finally start putting a little bit of stress on the base, which is cool. I want to see everything working. Yeah, look how much power we're using now. 250 megawatts. And we're only getting started. So, all right, let's go back and get a refill on modules so we can come and finish that off. And then I think we'll put beacons and modules in the green circuit area. And then we'll set up a module production facility so that we can make more. Let's see, how are we doing on mining? That's fine. And this is fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're mining copper and iron faster than we're using it right now. Still, which is great. That's what we want. I'm going to go ahead and grab more beacons. I'm not sure exactly how many I'm going to need over there, but it might be more than 40. And how are we doing on these modules? Still pathetically thin on modules. Why is that? Okay, well, we've got a lot here. I am going to steal those. Where are they going? Oh, okay. They were coming for me. All right, good. Thank you. Actually, let me go grab some more. I'll just loot that chest for the level 3s. And we'll grab whatever left we've got there. Okay. And eventually I'll start loading up my train with modules and beacons. I'll use one of these train cars for that specifically. And then for landfill, I can maybe even just do a separate landfill train. Find a stone mine somewhere and just dedicate it to making landfill and stone brick. I tried putting my passenger train up here next to the output, but it was just a little bit too long, and it blocked the path out of the pickup station, so that was unfortunate. Okay, well, I think this will tide us over for a while, I think. All right, so let's go down to green circuits. I don't think I have a passenger station there, so I'll just take the shoe leather express, as my father used to say. Whoops, that's not good. Was that a chain signal? I don't remember now. No, it was not. All right. So over here, we can start. Well, let's put in the productivity first. Okay. And then, you know, you start the column of beacons to where the last one barely touches. Like that. And that's what it should look like. Right, so the last couple of beacons are not terribly efficient because they're only affecting 1, 2, or 3 machines each, or in this case 2, 4, and 6, and then the ones in the middle should be hitting 8 machines each. So that's why I mentioned before it's better to have longer. It's better to have longer columns when you're using modules. You know, and maybe. Maybe I need to redesign this again, but we'll do it like this for now. All right, so let me just copy this. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to copy my production module requirements. We could pick up all the assembler machines and put them back down again with modules loaded, and that way, yeah, in fact, let's do that. I'll pick these up, and then we'll blueprint them back down with the modules inside, and that way they'll get loaded with modules automatically when we come back with modules in our inventory. Okay. There is an easier way to do this. Let's whitelist assembly machine 3s. Okay, and now I'm full. But that's okay, that'll fix itself in a moment. I think the other reason that my phone is ringing off the hook is that it's a weekday. I've got the day off today. My wife is working and my son is at school, so I've got the house to myself, which is why I'm sitting here making Factorio videos. And for some reason, marketers think it's a good idea to call residences on a weekday when people are working. I guess it's better for me because usually I'm not here and then I don't have to receive those calls. Where are those circuits going? Oh, they're going over here to red circuits. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Now that is unfortunate. I'm just noticing now that when a train is here, the entrance to this station is blocked. Yeah, it's really not quite long enough to handle. Now, if I was doing 1-4 trains, single-headed, then this design would work much better because the trains would be a little bit shorter. I could move this station back, and that way this entrance would be clear when there's a train here. But as it stands, now it might not be terrible if these tracks cross one another. I could always try doing something like that. Okay, so now I'm just short. I'm short by a bunch of productivity modules. All right, so let's take a look at our main base and see what I've got on the modules. Okay, I've got another 60. That'll help a bit. So let's take the plane back there and pick those up. That was cool to see that change. Well, if I do any more recording today, I'm definitely going to tear that phone off the wall and shove it down the toilet or something. Actually, I'll keep those. 40. Yeah, I'll keep the beacons because our next step is going to be to make a module production area. Yeah, it would be ideal if these got loaded in sets, but you can't really control that with the bots, so this is fine, I suppose. All right, so we're making lots of circuits. I think now is a good time to turn off the LTN notifications so that we can stop hearing that beep every couple of seconds. So I'm going to change it now from notifications to error and warnings. Okay, so now we won't get these messages anymore when it's creating deliveries. And that's fine. I mean, it's once things are working, we don't necessarily need to see that. If we have a problem, then we can turn it back on, you know, for debugging or whatever. Yeah, see, now this one's not able to get filled up, but that's okay. I guess we could start adding beacons and modules to mining too, but I think I'd rather let's get module production set up first. So we'll do that in the next episode. I just need to decide where to put it. We could put it right here. That is going to interfere slightly with this copper patch. But that's not such a big one anyway. Or I could put it over here, and then it wouldn't interfere with anything. What is this? Oh, a little tiny bit of water. Or I could put it over here. But if I put it here, if I have the red circuits load up here, and the green circuits load... Oh no, the green circuits are going to have to... The green circuits are going to have to go around like this and then come up. Yeah, so we could put green circuits loading here and red circuits loading here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. The other thing I wanted to do is try to figure out how to use recursive blueprints to automate the build of the grid squares. I haven't really had a chance to play around with that yet, but that's something I would like to try. So if I have time before I do the next episode, I'll spend some time messing around with that mod and see if I can get that figured out. It means I'll have to add roboports to the standard grids. It'll probably require a train station to be put in to load supplies to build the grid. But maybe it'll work. Anyway, I'll play with it and see what I can come up with. In the meantime, Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.